Okay, welcome back. I have begrudgingly decided to make a fourth episode by just redoing the whole survey. Hopefully the game doesn't break again. I don't want to re-answer those questions. I did, however, the one question I accidentally missed, the one that asks about comparing apples to oranges or oranges to apples, I did change that, just so it's known. I changed it from, yes, I agree, because that was a complete accident that I agreed, to no, I disagree that oranges cannot be compared to apples. So here we are back at the obedience is more important than freedom question. And based on the conclusion I arrived to last video, I'm going to disagree, because I think in order to have obedience, you need to know what freedom is. So in a way, freedom sort of supersedes obedience, if that makes sense. I don't know if there's any other way I could tackle that. It's very dicey, though. I will admit. But I do think we need to fundamentally know what freedom is before we can obey. Underwater adventures sound like a fun time. Do you agree? What sort of underwater adventures are we going on? Because if it's a completely controlled environment, then sure. If we're with, I don't know, actually. Really depends on how deep underwater we go. Because again, at the most extreme, I'm gonna say no. But if this is just a light, you know, visit the coral reef or something adventure, I'd say yes. I guess for the most part, as long as we're not going too deep, I'll agree to that. Why not? Did you realize that the first letters of the previous 8 questions spell the phrase I love you? I have not been paying attention to that, so no. I guess this goes back to being attentive to the whole hidden clue thing. So far we've had the game spell out Satan I love you. Oh god, I do not like saying that. Oh man. That was brutal. Anyways, we're not gonna pay attention to that. Do you wish to be loved? I think so, yeah. I would love to be loved. Have you ever felt hated? By anyone in particular? Jeez, I don't know. Have I ever felt hated? Does this include by myself? Because sometimes, whenever I'm down bad, I will hate myself a lot more than I probably should. Have I ever felt hated? By myself? Most certainly. At the worst of times. But by anyone else that I've known? No, I do not get that sense. But I'm going to include myself in that have I ever felt hated? Because it does not specifically say by someone else. So I'm going to say yes. Do you have any addictions? Yes. I love food too much. It is very hard trying to lose weight when food tastes good. I cannot deny. I am a naturally addictive person. I will binge watch anything that it catches my interest. You know, binge read, binge listen, binge play. So yeah, absolutely. Do you dislike the color pink? I don't dislike it, no. It's a pretty good color. I could probably go insane just staring at it, but no, I do not. Does the color gray seem depressing? I mean, that is what we normally associate with it, right? Like, seeing the world in gray. That can either be, you know, ambiguous or, like, you know, morally ambiguous or through a depressive lens. So naturally, I think it's natural that I would say that the color gray seems slightly depressing at times. So sure, I guess I will answer that with yes. Even though I know that there's a lot of other contexts. Like, I don't just go, you know, I don't look at the concrete and say, oh, that looks depressing. We do associate colors with feelings, though. I don't know, honestly. Does it really seem that depressing? I don't think it does. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't... Sure, there's that connection, but I don't think it's necessarily depressing, no. Like, there's too many examples of gray not being depressing for it to seem depressing, so no. Do you enjoy loud music? Not really. I need the volume to be turned down because my ears get rather screwed up. Do you like to dance? Whenever I'm feeling it. I've got 2 left feet, but yeah, sure. I like to dance. Not in public. You ain't gonna see me hitting the... You ain't gonna see me hitting the cha-cha slide in public anytime soon. But by myself, sure. I'll do a twirl by myself if I'm really feeling it. Would you consider yourself normal? Are any one of us truly normal? I don't know how normal I am playing this game at 3 a.m. This is a very bizarre circumstance. I would not consider myself normal, because I know that there are some personal things about me that, nothing incriminating. I don't have any skeletons in the closet. But I do have some personality quirks that may or may not be medically defined as, perhaps a condition. So on that scale, I would almost say no. I would not consider myself normal. But who wants to be normal anyways? That's just bland. Do you love your parents? Yeah, I do. They're my parents. They've treated me very well growing up. I love them, for sure. Not much else to say that. Have I ever been lied to? Yeah, I have been. Wait, did I just press no? Mother... Oh my god, I can't believe I subconsciously did that. I meant to say yes to that. Shit. Do I get angry often? Yeah, I'd say that's fair. The old grudges. Not against people, no. You can slight me and I'll probably, you know, not do too much about it. Have you ever forgiven someone? Yes. Have you ever done something you knew that you shouldn't have done but still did it anyways? On a small scale, yeah. There's been a lot of times where I have eaten a full bag of chips knowing I shouldn't have. Full bag of Doritos, one at a time, cheesy goodness, cheesy powdery goodness. All up on the fingertips. So yeah, I have done that before. Have I ever lied? Yes. Have you ever cheated on a test? Yes. I have looked at somebody's answers. Will not. Sorry, Mr. Whoever or Miss Whoever. I have. I've any tests I didn't care about in high school, I would definitely. My eyes would go roaming to others that I knew were knowledgeable about a subject, and I would, you know, just yeah, get my eyeballs up in there. So yeah, I have. You won't cheat this test. Okay. Do you think flowers are more beautiful than trees? No. I think trees are more beautiful than flowers, I think. Actually, sheesh. I don't know. I think flowers come in more variety than trees, right? There's like way more variety of flowers. I think flowers are more beautiful, sure. Yeah, that's fine. If I ever wanted to be an animal instead of a person, I think... Well, when we were young, I'm sure people were like, man, if only I could be a dog or something. So, technically speaking, yeah. Or maybe that's just a me thing. Maybe I shouldn't project myself onto others. But I have been curious to know what it's like to be an animal or see things from an animal's perspective. Or just, you know, run around as an animal. Climb on a tree as a red panda. Swing through vines like a monkey. You know, that sort of thing. So sure. I'll say yes to that. Do you believe you have psychic powers? No. Not any conventional psychic powers. There is the power of I don't know, coincidence, I feel like. Where, like, if something ever, you know, if I ever think about somebody, like a famous celebrity or something, just for example, typically within like 1 or 2 days, there's like this major headline news about something they did, and it's like, oh, okay. And that has happened a lot. I wouldn't call it a psychic power, but it is intriguing, to say the least. But no, I do not have psychic powers. Have I ever seen a ghost? No, I hope not anyways. Do you dream often? It comes and goes. Some weeks, yes, I could say thoroughly. I dream like every night, and then some weeks it's just nothing. So, yes? Question mark? Do you have nightmares often? I think more of my dreams are nightmares or turn out to be weird, down dark paths, so yeah. Do you suffer from anxiety attacks? Anxiety of what sort? Because I do think at some point we do break down, but I don't know if I'd be medically classified as an anxiety attack from, like, my worst. I think I get, like, horribly... I hate saying depressive, but sometimes, man, do I just break down and not want to do anything. So I wouldn't say no. At least not... I think when I had, you know, anxiety issues, they were more than likely stemming from school, where the buildup and pressure from grades and stuff really got to me, but nowadays, no, I'm pretty carefree, so. Do you suffer from depression? Recently, yeah, I would hate to, I mean, I hate admitting it to the world, but yeah, sometimes I think I do get a little depressive. Not that you should start, like, you know, don't concern yourself, don't feel like you have to do anything just because you heard that maybe, but, yeah, sometimes my brain do go places, perhaps that are dark. Do you exercise often and stay active? No. Wow, I wonder if there's a direct link between this and the previous question. Is there a particular type of food that you despise? Yeah, I don't like green beans, don't feed me them. Would you consider yourself emotionally wounded? From what? Well, I guess maybe from loneliness. Sometimes. It can feel like I am all alone. And I don't, as a previous question, you know, there's a previous question here, you know, could I accept being alone forever? No. I know that firsthand. I would not like to be alone. But am I emotionally wounded, like, right now? No. I feel pretty good. If this were a few days ago, maybe. Or not a few days ago, but like a week ago, I would perhaps say yes to this. Have you ever felt betrayed? Yeah. Do you ever feel lost in life? Absolutely. Would you consider yourself a natural leader? Not in the slightest. If you could push a button and destroy the world, would you press it? No. Do you sometimes dream of being a hero? Yeah, I do dream. Have you ever been bullied? No. Surprisingly not. I am very thankful for that, though. I wasn't bullied. I have not been bullied. I have been the butt of some jokes, but it's all in good faith. Yeah, no. I have not been in a position of bullied. I've not bullied others. Ever bullied someone else? No. Well, alright. I'll say that, like, maybe some... Ah, man. How do I word this? It wasn't bullying. It was more so... crass humor, almost. I didn't want to make anyone feel bad. And I didn't. I made sure to go out of my way to make sure everyone was always, you know, felt fine. I don't know, maybe there's some repressed memories that are trying to surface right now. But I guess maybe I've accidentally taken it too far a few times. Maybe. I don't know if bully's the right term though. Because I always did try to feel, no matter what joke I made at someone else's expense, I tried to make sure that it was, you know, in good faith. So I don't know how to answer this one. And I know it might seem a little sus that I'm I'm having such a struggle bus here. And I don't want to get too personal because, you know, it's personal lives and whatnot of others involved that I don't specifically feel like sharing the details for. Not that it would incriminate me in my own mind, but as a high schooler, perhaps I was a little... or sometimes it could be a little crass, the jokes I made about a particular individual. But no, like, even then, that sounds really bad, doesn't it? But it's not, because I made sure they were alright. And yeah, they did say that they were fine, but I don't know if I ever actually, you know, dug any deeper than that, being a high schooler. Being a dumb, stupid high schooler. So I don't know if I should say yes. I never, believe me, there was no, I never, like, you know, shoved someone into a locker or, you know, took their lunch money. I just made jokes about some people that seemed to be okay with it. I don't know if they were, but I will just say no for now. Would you consider yourself to be a dreamer? Yeah, I do dream a lot. I mean, well, I do dream about a lot of things, so yeah. Do you sometimes hurt people's feelings unintentionally? I'm sure I have. Like I was just saying, I might have unintentionally brought harm to someone unintentionally, so, but not too often. I feel like, looking back, perhaps, I don't know. I'll just say yes to that one. Do you find space fascinating? A little bit, yeah. Do you consider yourself to be an artist? Not in the slightest. I guess if, it depends on how many arts, you know, or what you would consider to be an art, but I consider myself to be a writer more than an artiste. So, I know there's an art to writing, and you can consider yourself an artist, but that's just semantics at that point. I'm gonna say no to that one, anyways. I'm gonna reaffirm no, anyways, because I already answered the question. But when I consider myself to be a good friend, I try to do everything I can to be supportive of others. I know that sometimes I have failed in being there, perhaps not intentionally. I don't just, you know, leave someone high and dry. I might accidentally ghost them if I'm feeling down myself, if they, you know, talk to me about something and then I don't respond. I'm notorious for it, sorry. But I do try to do everything in my power to reassure people that, you know, they're my friend and they're appreciated, and I appreciate them. So, I would like to consider myself a good friend, even if I don't want it to come off as egotistical or for people to have the wrong idea about me by answering this with yes, but I really do try. I try my hardest. And, well, this is an easy one. I'm just gonna say yes to it. I am definitely flawed. But right now, we need to go on to the next episode of Hooky Hour, so I will see you then. On the hook side. Haha. Bye.